You finally hit $100,000 in your account. You worked years to get there. You sacrificed. You said no to things you wanted, and then nothing changes. You still feel stressed, still feel like one bad month away from a problem. Here is why that happens to most people and exactly how to make sure it does not happen to you. Because the difference between someone sitting at $99,000 and someone at $101,000 is not $2,000. It is an entirely different financial life. And most people never figure out why. My name is Ricky, and I spend way too much time thinking about money psychology. If you are someone who is grinding every day but still feels like you are going nowhere financially, hit that subscribe button. And if this video helps, drop a thumbs up. It genuinely means a lot. You work full-time. You do not blow money on crazy stuff. You cook at home, you skip the trips, but at the end of the month, there's maybe $200 left, maybe $300 if you were really disciplined. And you just sit there thinking, where did it all go? According to a 2023 Federal Reserve report, 37% of Americans cannot cover a $400 emergency without borrowing money or selling something. That's not a small group of irresponsible people. That's your neighbor, your coworker, maybe you right now. And the worst part is not even the number. It's the feeling, that treadmill feeling. Moving fast, working hard, but not actually going anywhere. You make more than you made 3 years ago, and it still feels tight, still feels fragile. Here's the part nobody's talking about. Most people think $100,000 is the finish line. Like once you get there, you made it. Financial stress is finally over. You can breathe. But that's completely backwards. $100,000 is not a destination, it's a launching pad. And the math backs this up completely. When you have $0 saved, your money has no ability to work for you. Every dollar you earn gets spent, taxed, or eaten by inflation. You're running a race where the ground keeps moving backward. But the moment you cross $100,000, something mathematically different starts happening. Your money starts making money, without an extra shift, without another sacrifice. Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's business partner, once said getting your first $100,000 is the hardest part, not because the number is impossible, but because before you reach it, compounding has almost nothing to work with. Think about what that means. The reason 100K matters is not about status. It's not about what you can buy. It's the mathematical tipping point where your money finally starts pulling its own weight. Most people spend their whole lives never reaching this point, and that's exactly why they stay stuck. Let me show you the actual numbers so this becomes real. Say you have $1,000 saved. You invest it. You earn 10% in a year. That's $100, enough for a dinner out. Not exactly life-changing. Now say you have $100,000. Same 10% return, that's $10,000 in 1 year, without working one single extra hour. That's the difference. That's why 100K is called the most important milestone in personal finance. Now, I know what you're thinking. 10% sounds high. Fair point. The S&P 500 has historically averaged around 10% annually before inflation. After inflation, closer to 7%. So let's use 7% to stay realistic and conservative. $100,000 at 7% annual growth gives you $7,000 in year 1. Year 2, you're earning 7% on $107,000. That's $7,490. Year 3, 7% on roughly $114,000. That's over $8,000. You're not doing anything differently. The number is just growing because it finally has enough mass to create real momentum. This is compounding, and it doesn't care how old you are, what job you have, or where you grew up. It just does math. Here's where cause and effect really kicks in. Before 100K, every financial setback hits you hard. Your car breaks down and it wipes out 2 months of progress. A medical bill shows up and you're back to zero. Life keeps resetting you. But after 100K, your foundation is different. You have a buffer. You have options. A $2,000 emergency is uncomfortable, but it doesn't destroy your progress anymore. And that buffer changes your decisions too. When you're broke and desperate, you make desperate decisions. You take the first job offer because you need it right now. You stay in a bad situation because leaving feels too risky.
You can't negotiate because you have no leverage. Money gives you the ability to wait. And waiting is one of the most powerful financial tools that exists. When you can wait, you can choose. And when you can choose, the quality of every decision in your life goes up. Let me tell you about two people, Marcus and Diana. They both earn around $50,000 a year. But here's the weird part. Marcus feels richer. New car, nice apartment, going out with friends on weekends. If you saw Marcus and Diana sitting at the same coffee shop, you would think Marcus has his life together. He looks confident. He looks successful. Diana drives a 10-year-old Honda, lives in a smaller place, rarely eats out. But Diana has $96,000 saved and invested. She's 4 months away from $100,000. Marcus has $800 in his account. The person who looks richer is actually one paycheck from broke. Now here's where it gets really interesting. At 7% annual return, Diana, if never adds another single dollar, her $100,000 becomes $200,000 in roughly 10 years, without doing anything new. Marcus, at 38, will be starting from almost zero. He'll need to save aggressively just to reach where Diana is sitting today. The gap between them is not income, it's not luck, it's not talent. It's one decision, made consistently over time. And if you're sitting somewhere in the middle right now, say $20,000 saved at age 35, here's your number. Save $800 a month at 7% annual return. You hit $100,000 in about 6.5 years. You're 41 or 42. That might feel late, but at 42 with $100K invested, by the time you're 62, that money alone grows to over $386,000 without adding another cent. The math doesn't lie. Starting beats waiting every single time. Okay, stop. I need to say something that most finance videos completely skip over. Reaching $100,000 is not just a math problem, it's a psychology problem. And honestly, the psychology is harder than the math. Here's what most people don't realize. Your brain is literally wired to make saving feel painful. Spending gives you an immediate dopamine hit. Saving gives you nothing today, just a number going up on a screen somewhere. So your brain keeps choosing what feels good today over what builds your future. This is called present bias, and it's quietly destroying your financial life without you even noticing. The people who reach $100,000 aren't smarter, they're not luckier. They figured out one thing. They made saving automatic, so their brain never gets a chance to sabotage them. They set up automatic transfers the day their paycheck lands. Before they see the money, before the temptation even shows up, it's gone into savings, out of sight, into the future. If you're waiting to feel motivated to save, you'll be waiting forever. Motivation follows action, not the other way around. Set up that automatic transfer tonight, even if it's just $200 a month. The habit matters more than the amount right now. Here's how I think about it now. Every $100 you save is buying you one day where you don't have to work. $10,000 saved? That's 100 days of freedom. $100,000? That's 1,000 days. Almost 3 years where you call the shots, where no boss, no bill, no emergency can back you into a corner. That's what you're actually building. Not a number on a screen, not a brag. Freedom. Real, actual, no one can take it from you freedom. So let's bring this all together. $100,000 is not a flex. It's a mathematical tipping point where compounding starts working seriously in your favor. Before that number, every setback resets you. After it, your foundation absorbs the hits and keeps growing. At 7% return, $100,000 becomes $200,000 in 10 years without adding anything. Start earlier and those numbers become extraordinary. But the math doesn't lie. Starting beats waiting every single time. But the math is only half the story. The psychology is just as important. Your brain is wired to spend, to feel good today, to delay the sacrifice. That's human. That's normal. But it's also exactly why most people never build real wealth. The fix is not willpower. The fix is automation. Make saving happen before you ever see the money. Marcus and Diana weren't born into different financial realities. They made different choices, consistently, over time. That's the whole secret. And here's the one thing I want you to leave with today. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to move $200 into savings tonight. That's it. That's the whole plan. If you made it this far, you're serious about this. Most people click away after 30 seconds. You didn't. That tells me something. This is not luck. This is not just curiosity. You're someone who actually wants to change their financial situation. And that's genuinely rare. Hit subscribe. No hype here, no get-rich-quick stuff, just honest conversations about money that actually make sense. Let's keep going.